welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and today's video is all about your ancestors and what they think of you. So what are they thinking while they're watching over you? So for this reading, I've got 4 piles for you to choose from. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. So you guys can now take a moment and see which pile or piles you're most drawn to. And after you've selected your pile, there are timestamps in the description box below which you can use to jump ahead to your reading to see exactly what your ancestors think of you. So let's get started. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what your ancestors think of you. Okay, we are starting off with a Chariot, 2 of Pentacles, the Moon, King of Swords in reverse, and the Fool. Wow. Wow, this is adorable. Okay, pile 1. So what your ancestors think of you. So with the Chariot here and 2 of Pentacles here, this, as soon as I saw these cards, got the clear message that the main thing your ancestors think of you is that you are very, very hardworking, and they absolutely admire that about you. They often think that you're always kind of, working on multiple things at the same time. And you have so much energy because we have the Fool here. Like, you have so much energy within you, even if sometimes you feel like you're really tired, but even then you keep going. You just never stop. You never, you hardly ever take a break. I'm sensing some workaholic tendencies with you guys as well, pile 1. But your ancestors really think that you're doing a lot. So if the people around you, pile 1, they say that you're lazy or you don't do enough, even though you're doing so much, but they just don't see it or they don't appreciate you for it, know that your ancestors are watching. Know that they take notice of everything that you're doing. And even if this world, the people present in your life currently, they kind of disregard or discount your hard work, know that your ancestors do not do that. Like, they have faith in you, and they clearly know that you are doing a lot for people. You're doing a lot for yourself, and the thing is that they admire you for it, and they actually acknowledge your hard work, and they really do think that you're doing your best. So if you are ever going through the a negative emotional situation where you're feeling kind of as if you're not good enough or whatever you do is not good enough, know that your ancestors know that you're doing your best. You're giving it your all. So anytime somebody comes and tells you that you're not doing enough, you should be doing more and all, first of all, those people don't know your story, so you really shouldn't be taking their words up personally. But your ancestors clearly can tell that there's a lot more going on than you let on. Like, you don't show people how much you're working. I feel like I feel like maybe you have multiple things going on, and people are only aware of one thing that you do. Maybe it's your main job, maybe your 9 to 5, then maybe that is all what people are aware of. They don't know anything else about you. They don't know what else that you do. They don't know all the other responsibilities you take care of. So you don't really have to kind of try and please the people around you, because your ancestors, I can clearly see that your ancestors are super satisfied with you guys. Pile 1, they're super happy with you, and I feel like they are definitely watching over you, giving you their blessings. Because who wouldn't be proud of you guys? Who wouldn't admire just how much you do? And I feel like amongst all your family members, pile 1, you are the one who has the strongest connection with the ancestors. Whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you're deliberately trying to make that connection or not, I feel like it's something that you're born with. You're born with this kind of, I feel like your ancestors have kind of chosen you to be the gateway between the spirit realm and the physical world. And because Chariot excuse me, because of the Chariot and the Moon card here, Chariot, all about there's this duality coming here. So I really do feel like you people have your toes or your feet in both worlds. So that's why I feel like you guys are like the chosen ones amongst your family members. You're the ones with the strongest connections. I feel like no matter how much your family members kind of try and connect with your ancestors, they don't succeed half as much as you do. Sometimes you will meet your ancestors in your dreams. Sometimes they will try to contact you through other means. Your psychic senses, you guys are highly intuitive, highly gifted in terms of psychic abilities. You guys are very gifted, and I feel like that gift kind of comes from your ancestors, because they have chosen you. I feel like they've made a deal with the universe that, okay, you give pile 1 that ability to communicate with us, to talk to us. And so I feel like you guys have a special blessings of the ancestors upon you guys, pile 1. And honestly, I just feel like if the ancestors are there blessing you, protecting you, you honestly have nothing to worry about in this world, because they will always come through for you. Yeah, I'm not saying that your life is going to be all rosy and rainbows and unicorns. Of course, everybody goes through problems, but know that you guys will be able to overcome any and every problem you come across, because we have the Chariot here. So with your connection to your ancestors, there's nothing that you cannot win. So yeah, even if people are putting you down, even if people are kind of telling you that you're not going to succeed, or you're never going to have a successful life or something, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, because your ancestors' blessings and their support is kind of take you to the top. It really will. So really, you guys really shouldn't even worry about the people around you and what they say, because you have the blessings of so many people, like your ancestors, that the people in your present reality, their opinions shouldn't be not like they should be like they shouldn't even matter, because when your ancestors kind of chosen you to be that one person, the gifted one, and they're giving you their blessings. So of course you guys are gonna be at the top. You guys will always succeed. You guys will overcome any and every obstacle that comes your way. So if you're afraid of something that's coming up and you're like, what if I don't succeed? Don't worry, your ancestors have got your back. Look at this card with this person's in the middle, there's a horse in the front, there's a horse at the back. So this is kind of like your situation. You are in the middle, you got ancestors over here, and then you got the ancestors over here. They are taking care of you. They've got your back and they've got your front. You are protected. Like that's what I would say. Same with the Two of Pentacles here, bald here, like they're juggling, but then you are in the middle. So your ancestors are working through you. They are working with you to kind of bring a change in your world, to make sure that you are protected from every bad thing that is out there. I feel like your ancestors really love you. I don't know what you've done to kind of incur their love, but you guys, yeah, you really have their love and their support. On the other hand, with the King of Swords in reverse, this tells me that your ancestors think that, no matter how much success you get, pile 1, you don't let it get to your head. You're really humble in that regard. You don't go like, because we have the Fool right next to it. So this is also kind of telling me that your ancestors think that you are a forever student, that is, for example, you have your chosen subject. Okay. For example, let's say, geography, okay? Geography is your subject, okay? You know a lot about geography. You know everything about geography. But even then, despite you knowing the most amongst your peers about that particular subject, even then, you're always learning. You're always trying to learn new things. You would never go up to someone and be like, I know everything. Ask me whatever you want, Even if you're talking to a beginner, an absolute beginner, you will act like a beginner as well. You will not act like, oh, I'm better than you, or I'm smarter than you, I have more knowledge than you. You will never act like that. You're very down to earth, pile 1. And you're down to earth not just from the outside, but you are truly like humble and down to earth from the inside. So you're not faking your humility, I would say. You're not faking that. you really are like a forever student. You're always curious about new things. And with the Fool card here, your ancestors clearly think that you are incredibly brave. Because, of course, when you're willing to take on so many responsibilities, when people are mocking you and saying things to you, trying to bring you down, so like almost every other day, and you kind of rise above all of that, that just shows how brave you are. And having this kind of like the Fool attitude, like being curious about everything, having that faith in the universe that things are going to be okay. I feel like somewhere, for some of you guys, pile one, you guys are aware that your ancestors are watching you and protecting you, so maybe that's what kind of gives you that courage to kind of pursue things. But if you don't think that, then maybe you have that faith in the universe that, you guys are going to be okay. But according to your ancestors, you guys are really brave. Okay, so we have Five of Swords. Yep, definitely there's some bullying going on. There are people who kind of constantly put you down. Oh, we have Fool again. Guys, confirmation coming. Oh, King of Swords. Okay. But this one's upright, but still like confirmation coming. We have the Magician. We have the Hanged Man. Wow. You guys, so talented. So talented. Oh my god. Okay. So with the Five of Swords here, like I was saying, your ancestors are aware of all the things people say to you. Like if they're putting you down, if they're insulting you, they are aware of it, and they are not happy with those people. No way. They are not gonna be okay. Like, if they could, if it's possible for them, they would take revenge on your behalf. Like, they would totally avenge you. Pile one, your ancestors are that protective of you. They're that supportive of you that they're like, how dare you insult pile one, how dare you tell them that they cannot do anything. Pile one, you guys, according to your ancestors, you guys can do anything and everything that you want. It's within you, that creative force, that creative energy that is within you. The power to execute, the power to kind of make things happen, that is inherent in you. You guys are born with that. So maybe it's a gift from your ancestors. Maybe it is something that you, like, the universe goes like, okay, this is the, blessing pile one will have. Whatever the case may be, you guys can do whatever you want. So on the other hand, yeah, with the Fool card, with the Fool here, this is just confirming just how brave and courageous you guys are, and how you guys are always willing to try new things. I feel like maybe that is the reason for your success, that you guys are always willing to try new things. You guys are not afraid to kind of take the first step towards something new. And of course, since you are the ones taking the first step, you are the ones in the leadership position, and of course your pile number is also 1. Like, I just realized that. So number 1 also talks about leadership and independence. So your ancestors clearly think that you are gonna be super successful one day. You're going to be super successful because you have the courage to take the first step. You are not going to wait for other people to take the first step and then you're going to follow along. You're not a follower, pile one. You're just not. You're not a conformist. You're not a follower. You are the leader. You are the trendsetter. And I feel like every time you do that, every time you try something new, every time you kind of set a trend, your ancestors feel so proud of you. Like, I can clearly envision in my, like, there's this image of this man sitting on a throne, kind of like that, and all proud and with their chest puffing out and all of that, like in confidence that yeah, this is my lineage. Pile one is my lineage. Pile one is my descendant. Like, you make your ancestors so proud every time you take a chance, every time you take some initiative, you try to start something new, you try to learn something new. You're making them so proud. They're so proud of you, pile one. I can't even explain it. Like, you see this King of Swords, how strong he's looking, and how, like, looking at, I don't know who is he looking at, but This one is like, I'm not gonna spare you. I'm gonna cut you down. Don't you dare come and hurt me. So this is the kind of power and confidence you bring in your ancestor. Like, this is how they feel when they're looking at you, when they're observing you. You make them feel powerful. And considering the connection you have with them, maybe you might not have like a connection like where you're talking to them all the time, but you kind of really pay tribute to your ancestors a lot. I feel like you do a lot of ancestral work as well, pile one. Maybe it's just something that you've always connected with. But the thing is, every time you do that, every time you pay tribute to your ancestor, you pay homage to them in any way. Or you give them some sort of an offering, you are strengthening them. You are strengthening their powers, and in return you are strengthening your own self, because you are an extension of your ancestors, right? You are their descendant. So that's why I feel like the more you connect with your ancestors, the more you kind of try and work with them, I would say, the stronger they get. And in return, it's how you guys get better and you guys get stronger, and how it's going to help you in this world by helping you succeed in a different whatever aspect of your life. All right. On the other hand, with the Hanged Man here, your ancestors clearly think that, first thing is that your ancestors clearly think that you guys have the sense, you guys know how to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot control. A lot of people don't have the sense to figure that out. A lot of people just try to control every aspect of their lives, and if they cannot, they are not okay. They just cannot handle the fact that they're not able to kind of control some aspects of their life, because life is life. You guys cannot, no one can control life. No matter how much they want to. Sometimes you can. Yes, there are certain aspects you can control, but then there are things that you cannot control. So I feel like you guys are the ones who have that knowledge that, okay, this is what's in my control, I'm going to work on this. This is what's not in my control, I'm going to surrender. So you guys really are smart enough to figure that out. With the King of Swords here, this clearly tells me that you guys are super intelligent as well. Like, this is what your ancestors think, that you guys are super intelligent. And maybe that is why you know when to give up, when to surrender, and when to fight. How do you guys do that? You guys should tell people, give some lessons, because people can really benefit from these things. Pile one. Then we have the Magician here. I already told you, you guys, according to your ancestors, you guys have the power to do literally anything and everything. On the other hand, with the Magician here, this also tells me that your ancestors think that you're very, very creative, intelligently creative, because we have this King of Swords right next to it. So super intelligent, super creative. You guys are a deadly combination. Pile one. Beautiful. All right, then we have Two of Hearts. Okay. Eight of Clubs. Three of Spades. So with this Two of Hearts, this clearly tells me that there is some connection. Your ancestors have chosen you, or maybe the more you work with your ancestors, the more you're going to rise in your life, the more success you're going to get, because we have the card of success coming here for you, card. And I feel like if you guys are ever stuck in life, pile one, if you guys are ever feeling stuck, I feel like that is your ancestors' way of trying to get your attention. And be like, can you talk to us? We miss you. We want to talk to you. We want to communicate with you. So anytime you feel stuck in life and you're just like, I wish my life would move, I wish I would progress, I feel like the best thing for you guys would be to get in touch with your ancestors, to work with them, to meditate and see what they have to tell you. Maybe if they are not really telling you anything productive, they would at least tell you that whatever whatever setbacks you're facing, it's okay. It's just a part of the bigger picture, where you guys are going to rise to the top, where you guys are going to be successful, because this card clearly tells me just how successful you guys are meant to be. And we have two kings coming up. We have this Magician coming up. So this kind of gives me a clear indication of the power you guys possess and all the things that you guys can do with that power. So on the other hand, with this Three of Spades here, I'm also getting the message that like I was saying, if you guys have, God forbid, if you have been through some loss or something of that sort, I feel like the best thing for you guys, and I just feel, I don't know why I'm getting this message, but I feel like, I don't know if this is a pattern of your life. It's normally a pattern in almost everyone's life, but I feel like for you guys, it's really prominent that every time, God forbid, something bad happens to you, you guys experience a setback, you guys experience some sort of loss. I feel like your life like just starts going on an upward trajectory from there on. So I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't feel bad about, whatever happens to you. No, your feelings are valid and everything. But I just feel like, your ancestors are, maybe that is their protection or something. That is their way of kind of telling you that, okay, it's time to rise above now, all of that stuff. So yeah, just don't worry, your ancestors have got your back, you have their support. So even if, God forbid, you experience something bad, know that your ancestors are going to pull you out of that situation. All right, so this is all I have for you, pile one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile two, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your ancestors think of you. Okay, we have the Star. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, we have the Empress, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse, and Knight of Wands. Okay, pile two, prepare yourselves. I feel like you guys have a Herculean task ahead of you, if you guys are not aware of that already. But with the Star here, Ace of Cups here, I feel like, according to your ancestors, you are the one who is going to be breaking the generational curses, the unhealthy generational patterns, be it physical, psychological, whatever it may be. I feel like you guys, according to your ancestors, you guys are the ones. With the Star here, the Star is all about hope. So you are your ancestors' hope that you will be the reason whatever curses plague your family, whatever generational trauma your family has been through, like your entire family, including all your ancestors and everything, you are the ones who will be breaking those. And I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you are your family's future. According to your ancestors, you are the future, a pile two. I don't know if you have any siblings or not, but even if you do, even if you don't, you guys are the ones who have this task upon your shoulders. You are your ancestors' hope, guys. Pile two. You are the new beginning. When you were born, your ancestors were like, this is it. This is the new beginning for our lineage. That's what your ancestors said the moment you were born. You are like that North Star. You are that star, that brings hope. You are your family's hope. Not only your family's, but your ancestors. And I know some of you guys might be like, no, I don't want that. But I just feel like it's a part of your soul's purpose, like one of your soul's purpose. Maybe, a lot of people have multiple soul's purpose, right? Different purposes. So I feel like this is one of yours, where you kind of bring your family out of this whole negative stuff, whatever it is that they're going through, whatever it is that they have been through. Because generational trauma, generational curses, I know, that they're not easy to break. Your family is going to question you. Your family, the people around you are going to question you. They are going to reject you. They are not going to listen to you. They will make you feel like an outcast. You might feel like the black sheep, but that is okay. I'm not saying, sorry, that's not what I meant. It's not okay. It's just that it is a part of what you're meant to do in this life. You're kind of because your ancestors have a lot of hope riding on you, pile 2. I know it might not be something you wanted to hear, but I just feel like it is what it is. It is part of who you are. It is part of your purpose. And with this Knight of Wands, I don't know why, but I'm getting some Trojan horse vibes. The story of the Trojan horse, right? So I don't know. I feel like you guys might not, like, if somebody looks at you, they would never consider you to be powerful. They would just look at you and be like, pile 2 is harmless. How can they be responsible for breaking the generational curse? They are so fragile, or they are, maybe according to some people, maybe you're not smart enough to kind of do that. But once again, I'm just getting this Trojan horse vibes that inside of you there is that power. Your ancestors' powers lies inside of you, pile 2. So if somebody is just looking at you on the outside, they have no clue about your powers, they have no clue what's going on inside of you. They would say that, oh, this is just a person. How can they be responsible? This is one person. They cannot break generations of generations, a curse or their pain. They cannot overcome that. They cannot break those patterns. But your ancestors are working inside of you, guys. You have the collective energy. You possess the collective energy of your ancestors. So that is why, you guys are powerful enough to kind of break through that trauma, break through that darkness, and be the light. You are the star. That is why whatever darkness is plaguing your family or has been plaguing your family for generations and generations, now it's going to end. It's going to end with you. Like, it's going to end because of you. And after that, your descendants, whoever they're going to be, your children, grandchildren, they're not going to have to suffer the way your ancestors did, a pile 2. And it's going to be all thanks to you. All thanks to you. And that's exactly what your ancestors think of you. They think that you are the savior. Like, we have the Empress here. Empress is all about abundance, right? Empress is like, okay, I have everything within me. That is your energy, pile 2. All the power from your ancestors, all the blessings from your ancestors, they are within you. You are so abundantly blessed. Even on the outside, if it doesn't seem like that, because the people are telling you that, whatever you're doing is wrong, whatever you're doing is not right, you should stop, you shouldn't tell people anything different, you cannot do something, you think you can break generational curses, but that's not going to happen, People on the outside will tell you that. But your ancestors know better. Your ancestors know differently. And that's why they've chosen you. They know something is different about you. They know that you are the new beginning. You are the starting point of a new era for your lineage, whatever lineage that is. But you are that starting point. You are the new beginning. With you, there's not going to be any darkness. Now, like, one thing was from your first ancestors to you. That was one period. And then from you to the next generations, that's going to be another era. So you guys are the start of a new era, pile 2, for your family. No longer, there's no being stuck in the past. I feel like you guys are surrounded by people who are stuck in the past. Like I was saying, you're surrounded by people who are suffering from the generational curse or the generational trauma or generational behavior pattern, unhealthy behavior pattern. You guys are surrounded by that. But now you have come to bring a change in their lives, in your family's life. So I feel like your birth, your existence is super important. Even if it doesn't feel that way at times, because the people around you are constantly making you feel like an outcast. They're constantly labeling you as the black sheep. Maybe you yourself feel like a black sheep and you're like, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's because you are meant to be different. You are meant to break those patterns. And yeah, you are one person. Not everybody has the power or the courage to break generational curses, pile 2. That I feel like that power solely rests within you. And that's why your task becomes even harder, because there's no one there to support you other than your ancestors, of course. You have their blessings. But of course, they're not physically there with you, right? So it gets hard, and I understand that. And I just want you to know that, you have my support. You have it. I'm sending a lot of strength and a lot of support to you guys, because I feel like you guys need it, considering all that you are meant to do. You might not be meant to do like big things in this world, but you're definitely meant to bring your family out of this whole mess that it is in. So whatever things, and you would have noticed that, the experiences you have had and continue to have, none of your family members have had those experiences. And maybe that is why people and the way you feel, like your personality itself is different from those from the rest of your family, like your cousins, your aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, whoever, even your parents. Like it's completely different. Some people might even just joking, like your siblings might just, joke around and be like you're adopted and everything. And sometimes you also feel that way. You feel as if, you don't belong in this family. You feel different. You feel like nobody understands me, because you're meant to start your own trend. You're the start of a new era. So of course the people before you, they're not gonna understand. They're not going to, because you are bringing in a new beginning for your family. It's tough, pile 2. It is tough. I understand. We have Page of Swords. Do you see that? This person trying to attack this bad thing. That's what you guys are doing, That's what you're meant for. We have 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Guys, Ace of Cups again. Oh my goodness, right here. Same position. This is it. This is you guys. Oh, we have the Star. Once again, confirmation. You guys are the hope. You are the rainbow. We have Page of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. See, pages, aces, the Star, all this signifies a new beginning. Pile 2. All of these cards signify a new beginning, because pages like the childlike energy. And children, obviously, what are children? They're the future, right? They are the new beginning. And similarly, Ace of Cups, we have the Star. You are your family's hope. If your family wants to kind of get out of this whole generational trauma and everything, they better do what you say. They better listen to you. On the other hand, I feel like your ancestors are relying heavily upon you. I know it's a difficult task. I know. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It's not. It is going to take a lot of effort. And of course, when you have this kind of energy here, where you have this monster, and you are this one person who has to kind of fight through it, of course it's not going to be easy, pile 2. But know that you guys are abundant. You guys are overflowing with power. And I feel like for some of you guys, you haven't even tapped into that power yet. We have pages coming through, right? So there's untapped potential within you, because you are the Empress energy here. You have the Ace of Cups, overflowing with abundance, overflowing with blessings and power. So I feel like for some of you guys, even if you are aware of your power, pile 2, there's more than you know. There's still some gifts and talents that you have yet to tap into. You have yet to explore. You are not at your full potential yet. Even you might be starting to get into it. For some of you guys, you have no clue about this right now. But for some of you guys are starting to understand that, yeah, you're born to be different. You're born to be like not like, the other members of your family, because you're meant to do something different. You're meant to kind of break the generational trauma. That's what you're meant for. Some of you guys are starting to understand that. And even if you're one of those who are like starting to understand and you're like, yeah, you have the power, pile 2, you have more power than you can possibly imagine. You have more power than you can possibly imagine, because imagine all the ancestors. You have any idea how many ancestors you have? Some of you guys might know it. Some of you guys might not know it. But starting from that first person all the way here, and you have all of their power. You have their blessings, pile 2. Now you can imagine. And I feel like with this Ace of Cups here, because you guys can see this overflow, so I feel like maybe a lot of times you feel overwhelmed. And I feel like sometimes what happens with you guys is that you're sitting, suppose you're sitting on the couch or you're sitting on your bed, and you're just minding your own business. You're not thinking about anything in particular. You're not thinking about anything bad. You're not thinking about anything good. And all of a sudden you feel this heaviness within you. All of a sudden you're just like, okay, what is happening to me? Why am I feeling like this? What happened? I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't thinking about anything. Why this certain why do I feel so overwhelmed all of a sudden? Why is my heart feeling so heavy? What's the matter? It's that energy, pile 2. It's the energy of your ancestors, the magic of your ancestors that is kind of flowing within you. Sometimes, maybe when you're meditating or something, probably for some of you guys, meditating is really hard because you feel so overwhelmed all of a sudden, and you're like, meditation is supposed to help you relax. Why am I not feeling relaxed? Why am I feeling the opposite of it? Why do I feel so overwhelmed? Why do I feel like, something is going to burst from within me, something like that, like a dam, like a dam bursting, and all the water coming out. Sometimes you get those kind of overwhelming sensations and feelings. And if you're confused as to why that is happening, it is because of the magic that your ancestors have left within you. You are carrying all of that energy. And that is why I feel like you guys, like, we also have 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, like burying underneath all your resources and everything. All the blessings are buried underneath, and you just have to be patient for them to kind of come out and reward you guys. So I feel like that is the same thing with you guys. There's so much power buried within you that when it actually starts to come out, it gets really overwhelming. So I just feel like sometimes meditation can be really scary for you guys, and you guys might even avoid it. But it's just the ancestral magic working. That's all it is. It's just too much for your body to handle because you are human, you're limited beings. Whereas your ancestors have kind of crossed to the other plane where there are no limits. So that's why when they're giving you that blessing, when they're giving you their magic, it gets really crazy for you guys. And I totally understand that, but know that you're meant to kind of be this magical person. You're meant to be this blessed person who is going to be bringing a massive change for the future generations. I just feel like somewhere you guys know that this is what you're meant for. And I know it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy or it's going to be okay, but I know that you guys can get through it because you have your ancestors working within you. You have your ancestors protecting you. So whatever generational trauma that your family has been through or continues to go through, you are the one who's going to break it. You're the one who's going to bring an end to it. You are the one who will bring a new beginning for your family, pile 2. So let's see what else we have for you. We have 6 of Hearts. Okay. 7 of Hearts. All right. Queen of Spades. Now this queen, she has been through a lot. And she will continue to go through a lot. Like, this queen is like powerful. But the thing is that I feel like this is your energy. You are, because this Queen of Spades is like, I'm going to cut through every negative stuff, all that doesn't serve me, all that doesn't serve my people. And I'm going to protect them. I'm going to be the strong one for them. This is your energy, pile 2. And your ancestors really believe that you are this Queen of Spades. You are the one who will cut through every bad thing. Sometimes there are curses which people cannot find the solution for. They're not able to break those curses. They go to all the professionals. They talk to, spiritual people. They just cannot. For some reason or the other, they cannot, break those curses. But you guys, if there's something like that within like your lineage or something, and you think that, this is something that nobody has been able to break, you are the one who will be able to break that, pile 2. And that's not me saying that. That's your ancestors believing that You are the one who are going to, cut through that curse. You will break that curse, whatever it is. So, wow. And then we have a 6 of cups and we have 7 of cups. So you guys can see 6 and 7, right? Like there's this, like the numbers are ascending, like they're going up. So that is the whole thing. You will help your family rise above. You are gonna bring that freedom to your ancestors, because the reason your ancestors are kind of hoping that you are going to break the curses, because somewhere their spirits are still kind of going through that. They're still reeling over whatever happened, whatever they had to go through, the whole curse and the whole trauma thing. Their spirits have been affected by it, and they kind of want that freedom from it, they want freedom from all that pain and suffering. And you guys, once you break this curse, once you kind of set your new trend, once you bring this new beginning, pile 2, you are going to essentially set your ancestors free. You will set them free. You will be the reason the next generation is going to have so many new opportunities, so many new options. Because generational curses, this generational trauma, it kind of limits you. It makes you feel as if you're caged, that you don't have many options because of this reason. So once you break through the cycle, you are setting the next generations of your family, like their future is going to be so hopeful and so bright, and it's all going to be thanks to you. This is all that your ancestors think that you're capable of. Now, do you see your power, pile 2? I hope you do, because your ancestors clearly see it, all right? So this is all I have for you, pile 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what your ancestors think of you. So we have Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 9 of Cups, Strength, and 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. So pile 3, your ancestors, what are they thinking of you? So 9 of Cups, Strength. Both these cards are clearly telling me that your ancestors think that you are probably the strongest person in the family, like in the entire lineage. You are the one who's the strongest. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. It doesn't matter how physically strong you are. You are strong internally, pile 3. You are, and not only that, but you're strong in every sense. Physically, mentally, emotionally, you are super strong. And maybe it's your ancestors kind of sending that strength your way, because with the 4 of Pentacles, I can clearly see that you're surrounded by their blessings. You are surrounded by their power. They're sending their strength to you all the time. They're sending their protection to you all the time. They are making sure that no negative entities kind of try and, excuse me, try and kind of hurt you in any way. That doesn't mean that you don't come across negative entities. It's just that if you do, your ancestors are there to protect you. On the other hand, with this 9 of Cups here, first thing is first, your ancestors are super proud of you. They are proud of the fact that you are part of their lineage. They are proud of the fact that you are part of the family. They are super happy about it, and they are super proud of it. Like, to the point of being really, so like if your ancestors, if they come across other spirits and other people, they would say that, oh, why are you so confident? Why are you walking like you own the place? And they will say that because we have pile 3 there. It's because of pile 3. Like, they're so proud of you. Like, you make them proud. Pile 3, you make your ancestors proud, and according to them, you are super talented. Like, there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you don't excel at. I mean, there are a lot of things that a lot of people can do, like, but with you guys, you excel. You're better than everybody around you. That's what your ancestors think. Okay? According to them, when you do something, it's always the best. Wow, you have a lot of admiration from your ancestors. They really admire you. On the other hand, with the Hanged Man here, I'm kind of getting this vibe, pile 3, that, you're really different. According to your ancestors, you're really, you're one of a kind, essentially. And the thing is that you also somewhere know that you are different, from your family members, from the people around you. You feel kind of, at times you feel disconnected, at times you feel as if, you don't belong in the same circle. But the thing, and you often feel like you tell, or the people around you, maybe your family, they're constantly kind of telling you how weird you are, how you're so strange, how, whatever you like, whatever your preferences are, whatever your dislikes are, people just give you this side eye and be like, are you for real? They kind of look at you like that. So the thing is that you are meant to be one of a kind, pile 3. You're not meant to be like everybody else. And I feel like your ancestors have kind of made sure that, because by blessing you a certain way, by giving you their power, their magic, they have kind of made you out to be like different from the other people. So every time somebody kind of comes and tells you that you're weird and that you're really strange, pile 3, don't take it too hard. Don't get offended. Like, don't take it personally, I mean, if you get hurt and everything, you have every right to feel hurt. I'm not saying that, oh, you shouldn't. But if you feel hurt, that's okay. But know that it's because you have your ancestors' blessings. You have their power. And the thing is that you are different because you're meant to do so many things. Like on a macro level. This is like at a public level. This is not like, oh, you're only meant to break generational trauma and all of that stuff. No. This is that your ancestors have blessed you to kind of make your mark on this world, to kind of leave your footprints on this planet. That's what you're meant for. And I feel like you are the reason why your family or your ancestors are going to be famous. If you become famous and everything, and I feel like there are high chances of you becoming famous, of becoming super successful. If not fame, then super successful. You have a lot of chances, for strong chances for that. And that's the thing. You will make your ancestors proud. You will make your family proud. That's what your ancestors think that you are capable of, pile 3. Wow. You might think that I cannot believe I'm responsible for my family's pride, but I feel like you guys are. And the thing is that you are strong enough to handle that. Not everybody's strong enough to handle that kind of a task. Imagine like being responsible for all of that. Like, if somewhere you understand this, if this resonates with you, pile 3, you would understand just how big of a task that is, to making sure that your family is proud, that they're confident, and that they walk with their head held high. Excuse me. You are the ones who are going to be responsible for that. On the other hand, with the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like every opportunity that comes your way, I feel like it's your ancestors kind of working with the universe to kind of be like, okay, I'm not saying that you don't get opportunities because of your hard work. You definitely do, pile 3. But I'm saying that, yeah, your ancestors also kind of, they want you to have all the opportunities, so they kind of send those opportunities your way. And with the Knight of Pentacles, I am getting the fact that sometimes you guys might experience delays as well, pile 3, in your life. A lot of delays. Sometimes for some of you guys, it could be that everything gets delayed for you. Even the tiniest of things, the most trivial and insignificant of things. And I just feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the universe, maybe it's your ancestors trying to teach you some patience. I don't know what their reasons are. Maybe the next cards might tell us, but for now I just feel like if you guys are experiencing delays, I just feel like that is just kind of, making you wait for your success. I just feel like your success is going to be so massive and everything. Maybe your ancestors are kind of preparing you for it, because they need you to be strong, because this kind of success coming to you, it's going to require a lot of strength to handle. Otherwise, you might not be able to handle the success that you are destined for, because you're carrying the pride of the entire lineage on your shoulders, pile 3. That is why you need to be super strong. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not, because it clearly says here that you are strong, but you need to be stronger to handle all of this, to handle this kind of success. So if things are being delayed, it's okay. If things are being delayed, it just means that, when they're going to come in abundance. I know waiting is not easy. Sometimes you might be like, oh, it's never going to happen. And I totally understand why you might feel that way, and you have every right to feel that way. But know that your success is inevitable. It might be delayed, but it is inevitable, because your ancestors are like, no, we need pile 3 to be the symbol of the lineage. You are the face of your family, basically, pile 3. You are the face of your lineage. Your ancestors are really kind of relying on you to make them proud. I know, a hefty task. Really hefty. There's a lot of pressure on you. Sometimes you feel that way as well. Even if, your family members, like the ones around you, they might not make you feel that way. They might just look at you and be like, oh, this person, pile 3, is not going to do anything worthwhile. They are not gonna be the face. Maybe for some of you guys, it could be your siblings who your family thinks that they're gonna be the ones who will make the family proud, but in reality it is you, pile 3, and you feel that way. Somewhere you feel that pressure. Even if your parents or your family members, they're very chill, they're like, no, you don't have to worry about anything, it's okay. But somewhere, for some reason, you feel that pressure within you. And that is because your ancestors have that hope from you. They feel that you are the ones who are gonna make the family proud. So if you feel that pressure, pile 3, you have every right to feel that pressure. You really do. Okay, we have 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you're gonna be responsible for a lot of peace for your family. We have 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. Definitely. A lot of peace bring. 9 of Swords. And a King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I just feel like, pile 3, a lot of times you go through strong bouts of anxiety, strong bouts of emotional irregulation. A lot of times you feel as if you have no control over your emotions. Sometimes you're feeling okay, you're perfectly fine, nothing has happened around you, but for some reason you don't feel okay. You feel overwhelmed with emotions. Sometimes it gets difficult for you to sleep as well. All of a sudden you start experiencing anxiety, and you're like, okay, why am I feeling like this? What's going on? So I just feel like because you're one of a kind, and maybe because the people around you are not able to understand you, it gets even more difficult, so you are strong. I'm not saying that you're not emotionally strong, but of course, when you're emotionally strong, then the emotions you feel are also stronger than other people, right? So that kind of just it's tough on you, pile 3. That's what I want to say, that it's tough on you emotionally, mentally. It gets really tough. Though you overcome that, you do your best to kind of take control of your emotions and kind of bring yourself to a sense of normalcy. But yeah, I feel like when you're alone, when you're by yourself, when you can let your guard down, it's difficult. It's really difficult for you guys. Sometimes, you just lock your room and you want to be by yourself, because you cannot just face people, because the emotions within you, they're so strong, they're so intense. And know that. And sometimes when you think that, you are okay and everything around you is okay, and you don't understand the reason why you're feeling a certain way, it could be because it's your ancestors kind of trying to communicate their pain to you. Because you have that connection with them, right? They're kind of they're watching you. You have the spotlight on you, I feel like, pile 3. So obviously sometimes when you're feeling pain and when you're feeling this negative emotions and all, it's not yours. They're not your emotions. I feel like they're your ancestors' emotions, and the pain and the suffering that they went through, all the loss that they had to endure and everything, it's their stress, it's their thing. So don't kind of blame yourselves for it. Don't just kind of think that, you cannot control your emotions or you're very sensitive and all of that stuff. Don't blame yourselves for it, pile 3. You're not responsible for that. It's just your ancestors' energy within you that is kind of overwhelming. It's that darkness, that pain that they went through, because when ancestors give you their energy, so that's how people are able to kind of break generational traumas, because they're able to feel those generational traumas. It's the same thing with you guys. If you're feeling some sort of a negative emotion, then you believe that it's not yours. It's that pain that your ancestors went through. And guys, they need that salvation, pile 3. They need that. They need to kind of they need to kind of hold their heads high and be proud of themselves, be confident in themselves once again. And I feel like they're kind of hoping that you will bring them that salvation. You will bring them that pride, and that you will return you will kind of bring, I just feel like you will bring that glory back to your family. That's what your ancestors are hoping for. Because I feel like at one point, your ancestors, they were the rulers, 9 of Cups, we have this 9 of Pentacles here. It's all about contentment, being super confident and everything. But then we have King of Cups in reverse. So I feel like maybe your ancestors kind of experienced a downfall. Somebody kind of overthrew them or something. Or they were, their stuff, their pride and their glory was taken from them through illegal means or something, some wrongful means. So they kind of want that pride back. They want their glory back. And I feel like they're kind of hoping that you will bring that back to them. You will restore your family's name, basically. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's the phrase I was looking for. You will restore your family's name. You will restore your family's honor, their pride, their confidence. I know it's a difficult task, but I feel like your ancestors are kind of like really relying on you. And because, once you bring that back to them, they're going to be at peace. Then you're not going to feel this way. This 9 of Swords energy and this King of Cups in reverse energy, you're not going to feel that once your ancestors are at peace. Right now, they're not at peace because they know that, whatever is happening with your family, whatever they've been through was not right. You guys are meant to be at the top. Not only you, but your entire family, You are meant to be at that whole, like at the top. You're in the position of authority, basically. So until that happens, and obviously in today's world, it just talks about, like in today's time, talks about, you guys being successful and having the respect of the people around you, that kind of stuff. So until your family has that, I feel like your ancestors are not going to be at peace. So they're kind of they need that peace, essentially, pile 3. And maybe that is why you have been born the way you are, because you are the ones who are kind of meant for success. Your ancestors clearly think that you are the ones who are meant for success, and through your success, through your peace of mind, your ancestors are going to get their success as well. It's not that every member of your family has to be successful and only then, it's gonna work. No, it's just that the moment you hit your success, the moment you are content, pile 3, that is when your ancestors are going to be like, finally, we got our glory back. We got our confidence back. Pile 3 is successful. Your ancestors are literally just waiting to see you succeed, pile 3. And they're gonna work to make sure you do succeed. We have 8 of Spades, 7 of Spades, and Jack of Diamonds. So I feel like with your ancestors being in the spirit realm, they often feel, like they want to talk to you, they want to openly communicate with you, but it's just not that it's just not that easy, I would say. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible, but it's just not that easy considering you are here in the physical plane, they're in the other plane. So oftentimes, like I was saying, you feel their frustration, you feel their emotions, and it just, that's all they can do. They can only make you feel. They cannot talk to you. So it's their frustration as well, that they want to talk to you, they want to tell you such stuff, they want to communicate with you, but they're not. And for some of you guys, it could also be that your ancestors are trying to communicate with you, but it's just for some reason there's some sort of a blockage that is there, something that is kind of preventing them from getting access to you, or getting that, like, I just feel like there's some dark secret stuff happening here with the Seven of Spades here. And I also feel like if you are able to communicate with them, you are not really able to kind of tell people about it. You're not able to talk about it, because if you do, people are going to call you crazy. People are going to just look at you and be like, what are you talking about? They're not going to believe you. So you really, because sometimes your ancestors tell you like really freaky things, they tell you some really scary stuff that just will not be possible in this world, in the physical plane. It just won't be possible. So I feel like you're keeping a lot of secrets for your ancestors. You get to know stuff that happened to your ancestors through your dreams, through meditation and all of that. If you're trying to openly, like, actively communicate with your ancestors, pile 3, you get to know things. But the whole thing is, you guys cannot kind of talk about it. Lots of secrets. Your ancestors share a lot of secrets with you. On the other hand, with this Jack of Diamonds, Jack is like, this childlike energy, this new energy. So definitely your ancestors really have this hope that, you will bring, something new to the table. You will bring a new beginning for the family. You are the hope, basically. You are the future of your family. You're gonna be the reason. You're the pride and joy of not only your ancestors, but your family as well, pile 3, right? So this is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what your ancestors think of you. Okay, we have Ace of Wands, 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, pile 4. So, Ace of Wands, 8 of Cups. This clearly tells me that one thing that your ancestors think about you, pile 4, is that you are meant to do something different. For example, it's like, if your family has had this business for generations and generations, like generation after generation, your family and the different generations have kind of been in the same line of work. For example, let's say farmers, for example, okay? Your ancestors have been farmers, then their children were farmers. Your family, like your parents, might be into the same thing, and they're kind of expecting you to be in the same business as well. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I feel like you, according to your ancestors, you're meant to do something else, something completely different, something that makes you happy. It could be that your family has run this successful business for like years and years and generations and generations. It's a top company, it's super rich, super successful, and automatically your parents might be just thinking that, of course, you're gonna take the reins from them when the time comes. Whether you have any siblings to do that for you or not, but I feel like you are not gonna do that. Pile 4, you might try to do that to kind of make your parents happy or something, but internally you might not feel that satisfaction, right? Because you might feel as if you're meant for something more, and if that is what you're feeling, your intuition is correct. You're definitely meant for something more. We have 9 of Pentacles coming through. no matter how successful the business is, no matter how big the business is, even if it's a multinational company and all of that that your family is running, it's a business empire completely, you are meant for something more. Not just this business. You can run the business alongside, but if you are in the business, then you will feel this need to kind of do something of your own as well. It might not bring a lot of success to you, like monetary success, I mean. And you might also find that the people around you are not exactly supportive of your decisions to do something different. Like, for example, if your entire family has been doctors, you come from a family of doctors, generation after generation, everybody wants to be a doctor. You might not want to be a doctor, Even if you study the whole thing, you study to be a doctor, but somewhere you might not be feeling that way. You're like, maybe this is not my calling. And if you tell your family that, okay, I want to be a doctor, you will be met with that you don't want to be a doctor, that you will be met with resistance. Your parents might not support you, your family might not support you. But pile 4, just because they're not supporting doesn't mean that your ancestors don't support you. You have their support. You do. Because they understand that you're meant to do something of your own. You're meant to be different. You're meant to be a trendsetter. You're kind of meant to deviate from the path, I feel like, because we have 8 of Cups here. So that talks about, walking away and, doing something else, walking to something new, something different. So I feel like that is what you're meant for. It's not good or it's not bad or anything like that. It's just what it is, Some of you guys might be like, yeah, exactly, like that's what I want to do. And you might be thinking that, oh, nobody's supporting me and nobody's gonna let that happen. But know that this is your soul's purpose. And your ancestors know that. They know that you're meant to do something different, because we have Ace of Wands, talks about a new beginning. 8 of Cups here is also like, walking away from the old and walking away from all that doesn't serve you. So, yeah, just if you are thinking of doing something different, then know that, yeah, that's what you're meant for. It don't, just because other people are kind of telling you that what you're doing is wrong, doesn't mean that you're wrong. Everybody's gonna have their own opinions. Everybody's gonna question you. People will refuse to help you. People will refuse to support you. But pile 4, you need to be strong within yourselves and have that much conviction that, yeah, whatever you want to pursue, no matter the outcome, you are willing to pursue it. If not, then it's okay. It's okay. You can continue doing whatever your family is doing. Take the reins from them. But yeah, I just feel like you guys are meant to do something different. Your ancestors feel like you guys are meant to do something different. Gone is that time when everybody does the same thing, right? Now with you, there's going to be something new that's going to be coming through for your family. So I feel like you are like the turning point for your family, maybe. You are that change that is needed for your family to progress, for the next generations to come and progress, right? Because we have 5 of Wands here. So I feel like your ancestors kind of see you as a catalyst for change. Pile 4, they see you as someone who's destined to bring change within the lineage, something different. You guys are meant to do something different. It might not be in the career sense. It could be in a completely different sense as well. Something completely different. Like maybe your personality is super different. Maybe, whatever experiences your ancestors have had, maybe you don't have those same experiences. Maybe you have some different experiences, So, yeah, something different. You guys are meant to do something different. You guys are meant to bring some sort of a change within your lineage. That's what your ancestors think of you. They think that you are that change. Now, I feel like not all of your ancestors might be happy about that, of you being that catalyst for change, because, a change is like, it's unfamiliar, it's uncomfortable. So some of your ancestors might not be very fond of that. They might be like, no, that's not okay, that's not familiar. Whatever pile 4 is destined to do, it's not fun, it's not, they're not okay with that. But others understand that, yeah, you're meant to do that, you're meant to be different, and you're meant to do your own thing, you're meant to do something completely different. And I feel like with the Ace of Wands here, Wands represent fire, right? And so I just feel like, and fire is like light, so I really do feel that you are meant to bring light to your family, like to your lineage, to your ancestors. You're meant to be the light. Wow. And then we have 9 of Swords. Now, this is kind of really telling me that, one thing is that your dreams, pile 4, your dreams are super vivid, super intense at times. And sometimes for some of you guys, you might be scared of going to sleep because you might experience a lot of nightmares. For some of you guys, it could be as intense as experiencing night terrors as well, and makes it really difficult for you to sleep. And that is because it's your ancestors kind of trying to communicate with you. And I feel like when they're trying to communicate with you, they end up kind of giving you their negative energy. They kind of end up showing you the negative stuff that happened to them, the trauma that they went through, the pain that they went through. I feel like instead of the happy times, they kind of show you those things. And maybe that is why it kind of urges you to kind of do something about that, to not go through the same cycle. I would not say that you guys are meant to break generational curses or patterns, but in a way you are meant for that. That this whole generational curse thing was like really prominent in pile 2. But I feel like with your case, pile 4, it's more of an individual thing. It's more like you are meant to do something different, not that you are meant to do something different for your family or for the next generations. No. I feel like for you guys, it's more individualistic, where you are meant to, because of all these things with the 9 of Swords energy, where you're experiencing stuff that your ancestors went through, you might be like, I don't want that. I don't want to experience the same thing. So I want to do something different. I want to, I don't want to make the same mistakes that my ancestors did. I don't want to go through the same thing. So somewhere you start to understand that pattern through your dreams. And that kind of urges you to kind of, do something of your own, to do something different. Wow. I feel like at an individual level, super powerful, guys. 5 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. 10 of Wands. Lots going on with you guys, pile 4. We have Knight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Look at this Ace of Pentacles. Look at this little world. This is what you guys are meant for, pile 4. You guys are meant to bring a new beginning. And I feel like this is mainly for yourself. You guys are meant to be different. So don't ever be ashamed of being different. Even if the people around you make you feel otherwise, they make you feel bad about being different, they make you feel bad about liking certain things and disliking other things, you people should never, and this is coming from your ancestors, okay? You guys should never feel ashamed of yourselves. You're meant to be different. You're meant to be something new. You're meant to be something different. If you do not want to follow in the same line, don't. That's what you're meant for. You're meant to be your own person. You're not despite your family and the connections and everything, the blood that runs through your veins, despite all of that, you are your own individual self, a pile 4. So don't ever let anyone kind of tell you that you're supposed to be a certain way, that you're supposed to act a certain way. No. If you feel like you don't resonate with those things, it's okay. Be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. All right? And I feel like somewhere your ancestors are kind of proud of that. If you are unapologetically yourself, if you are unapologetically authentic, pile 4, your ancestors are proud of that. They're proud of you for being your true self, for being honest with yourself, for being true to yourself, for not conforming to the rest of the people just because it's the easier thing to do, just because it's a simpler thing to do, because you will have the people's support if you do what they say. No, you are your own individual, you are independent, you are strong, and trust me, your ancestors are super proud of that, and they want you, they really do think that yes, you are that independent person. You are the one who's like, not going to conform to the norms and everything. Wow. Really proud of you guys. And also with the 5 of Pentacles here, I feel like according to your ancestors, you might have been through, also with the 8 of Cups here, you have experienced a lot of abandonment in your life, pile 4, and they see that. They have seen people walking away from you. They have seen people lying to you and hurting you. They have seen that. And maybe that is why they show the negative stuff to you guys in the dreams, because they don't want you to suffer the same way they suffered. So every time like something like this happens, if you guys are going through something like this, your ancestors will kind of show you that, okay, they went through the same thing, to kind of nudge you in the other direction and be like, no, you're meant to go the other way. You're not meant to follow down the path that we did. You're not meant to make the same mistakes that we did. And I do see that with your ancestors as well. With the 5 of Pentacles here, your ancestors might have suffered a lot. They might have experienced a lot of loss in their lives. A lot of people betraying them, a lot of people kind of just abandoning them. Your ancestors helping people out, but people not returning the favor. All of that stuff, your ancestors might have experienced that as well. So they don't want you to suffer, pile 4. No. They do not want you to suffer. They want you to be free. They want you to be yourself. They don't want you to kind of conform to the traditions and the norms around you, because that's going to suffocate you, and they don't want that for you. We have 10 of Wands here. They don't want you to suffocate. They don't want you to kind of walk with your, they don't want to walk like, with your shoulders all hunched up and you slouching and kind of just falling under the weight of all the responsibilities and all the peer pressure and everything that people have, like their expectations and everything. Your ancestors want you to stand tall, pile 4. They want you to, like this Knight of Wands here, they want you to rise above all of that. Because, like I'm saying, your ancestors don't want the same, they don't want you to suffer the same way they did. That is why, they're more like, pile 4 is going to be that person who's going to do something else, something different. And I feel like a lot, because of that, you have a lot of support from your ancestors as well. They're just there. And if you ask them for help, they're there for you. They're actually there for you, pile 4. You ask them for help, they will come to you. They will send their help your way. And also with this Knight of Cups, I feel like your ancestors kind of want you to kind of, talk to them and communicate with them. Your ancestors feel really happy when you think of them, when you try and communicate with them, when you pay homage to them, when you pay a tribute to them, when you're giving them some sort of offering. They feel really happy about that. They feel really good that you're giving them that time and attention, even if sometimes all they do is kind of give you all these bad dreams and everything. Even despite that, when you are kind of thinking of them, trying to communicate with them, they feel really happy. And that's why when you need them, they're quick to respond. I feel like for you guys, it's very easy to kind of ask for help when it comes to your ancestors, because they're just ready to just help. I feel like, for some people, it's like they don't even communicate with their ancestors. They don't even know who they are. They don't even care to know. But with you guys, it's like, it's just there. Maybe from a young age, you have felt this connection with the ancestors. If you watched videos on ancestral work, you would have felt really connected to those things, you really resonated with all of those things. And yeah, it's because you're meant to have that connection. Okay, so we have 4 of spades here, 9 of diamonds, wow, 10 of diamonds. Oh my god. You guys are so blessed, and you guys are meant to be blessed, and you guys are meant to be successful and happy in your own self. I feel like that's what your ancestors want you to know, and they kind of think that about you, that if anybody, like, pile 4 is meant for that, like they want this for you. Pile 4, your ancestors want this kind of success for you, and they want it for you in a way that it's comfortable for you, where you are your own person. I feel like the moment you kind of embrace your true self, if you haven't already, pile 4, the moment you embrace your true self, you will start to see success coming your way, because that way, like, your ancestors are like, finally pile 4 is on the right path, finally they're doing what they're meant to do. So obviously, when you are automatically on the right path by being true to yourself, I feel like that is the key with you guys. Your ancestors want you to be true to yourself, and if you are true to yourself, if you're unapologetically you, your ancestors are like, yeah, that's pile 4, that's our descendant. We are pile 4's ancestors. Like, you make them proud, and they're like, okay, now this person's on the right path, pile 4 is on the right path, it's time to help them out, time to take them towards the success that they're meant for. So if the moment, and you might have even noticed, the moment when you conform to other people, when you do when you kind of try and follow some trends, sometimes you don't feel comfortable, and sometimes you feel that the moment you start following what other people are doing, your success or your satisfaction with yourself starts going down. And that happens because you're not being true to yourself. So no matter whether you get success or not, because when you're trying to do what you want, when you're trying to do something different, pile 4, success takes time to come. It takes time because people need to understand what's going on. People need to kind of catch up to your frequency. So that is why success is kind of delayed, or it takes time to come. But don't give up. When you know that this is something that you want to do, this is something that will make you happy, go for it, and it's gonna come. Like, your success is going to come because you're being true to yourself. You're not lying to anyone, and especially you're not lying to yourself. So obviously, when you're being honest, success is it's gonna come. All right, now we have 4 of spades here, so this kind of tells me that you have your ancestors' protection. Pile 4, they are surrounding you, they're keeping an eye on you, they're watching over you. So never feel as if you're alone, even if the whole your family is like, okay, you don't have our support because you want to do something different. Know that your ancestors are watching over you and you have their support. All right, so this is all I have for you on pile 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.